now we are live.
Okay.
All right.
What's up?
Testing 1, 2.
1, 2,
1, 2.
testing.
Black guy, no babies.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
edit
doing
that
it.
post.
It's phonetically, that's just the best way to test a mic.
Yeah,
I
that,
can't
totally.
help
That's
that.
not has nothing to do
Yeah.
with.
Those are your voice warm-up
Yes.
words, right?
It's just like happens to be words. It's weird. It's just,
Nice. So we got Dan Rice here.
hey,
Hey,
hey.
Dan Rice is a local hilarious comedian here in Connecticut.
Thank you, Adam Peru.
You're very
You are also a
welcome.
local hilarious comedian here in Connecticut.
I try. Hey,
here in Connecticut.
it's an exclusive group, but I'm glad
Brandon,
we both
you
made
can do
it.
better.
uh,
No, you're funny. Just be more
Yes.
local.
I see what you're saying.
That's the key.
Yeah.
You keep wanting to go all these places, man. Just homegrown. It's the key.
Then again, we are recording in your living room. That's
Yes,
pretty
so I
local,
can't get
guess.
any more Homer than that.
Or the studio you've converted to look like your living room.
Yes, yeah.
This is
it was
weird.
rough.
It's like a
It
fake
was-
place.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cost-
there's a green screen. It makes it look like I know if you turn around behind you, it's like green, but to the viewers, it looks like there's like outside trees and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
We spent a lot on it, didn't
There's
you?
audio effects too. You can hear like cars
Hey,
go
that
by.
seems like it would be a lot cheaper just to rent an apartment
Motorcycles?
and record there.
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's the avant-garde thing to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Well, you're just such a control freak.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I want the cars to go by when I want them to go by. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So what's up, Dan?
Oh,
It's a hard-hitting question.
did we put you on the spot?
well, my father. Nothing is up. I don't have a thought in my head right now.
Oh man, you know what? Did you see Interstellar?
Welcome to my world.
I did see Interstellar, yeah.
And what about you, Adam? Did you see Interstellar?
yeah, I
Oh,
saw
I
it.
just watched it last night. What'd you guys think of it?
I thought it was good.
I think you were high when you watched it, and that's why you're bringing it up now, because how do you find that movie to be interesting?
Yeah, that's what
No,
I
I
wanted.
watched it high, too. It was good.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But you think it's something you have to watch high?
I don't know.
I didn't watch it high. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
It makes zero fucking sense.
It was.
not that it doesn't make sense, but
The ending, yeah, it was kind of
like Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, "Oh, this is so accurate." And like, no, there's not a space bookcase. That's not real.
I think he meant trying to explain maybe the multiverse. That's what that aspect of it was real. But I mean, I don't know. The whole Matthew McConaughey guy, who's like the normal guy that he is.
Mm.
I don't know. It was just weird. I thought it was good.
Yeah, that is like, yeah, I'm a farmer. Used to be an astronaut.
Yeah, I used to be an astronaut. Now I'm a farmer.
But
And
they
then
canceled
you know,
astronauting on the
that-
day of my big astronaut freaking mission.
they
That is
canceled
the plot.
astronauting.
That's almost as bad as Gravity, where like the opening is Sandra Bullock saying, "Oh, sorry, it's my first day as an astronaut."
Oh no, I didn't see that movie. You just spoiled it for me.
Yeah, well,
Gravity was good. I liked Gravity too.
you have to.
I
see it
love
in 3D.
Gravity. I mean,
Yeah,
how
I
else
saw-
you
yeah,
gonna?
If
I
you just
saw-
watch it, it's terrible.
Yeah, I saw IMAX 3D. That's really the only way. To
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it.
it's
yeah,
fun.
that was
So I'm
awesome.
screwed. Damn it. It's rough, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You should probably just take your own life.
What about? Probably. What about Ex Machina? Did you see that?
I
one?
didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. I've heard
Mm.
good things.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and another thing I've been getting into lately is Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I'm already on season
Mm.
5. Like,
Oh, wow, you-
Episode 5. Yeah.
You were on like season 1 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
like it, I'm guessing, huh?
So yeah, I've been tearing through it, and do you watch that show?
I do.
Are you all
I'm
caught
not
up?
I'm behind this current season.
Oh, okay, so we're right about the same level then.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
I'm trying to think of like I don't want to spoil anything for you. Peter Dinklage is like this high. Are you there yet?
He has a beard right now. That's where I'm at.
Oh,
Ooh.
don't get attached to that beard.
Rascally.
that beard dies a horrible,
man.
horrible death.
That beard goes to get married. And it turns out it's just an ambush.
They slit its throat.
Yeah.
It's
the
called
red
the red
beard
shaving.
wedding party.
The red bearded ladies.
Oh yeah, that is a great show.
Yeah, I think it exists to like break our will and make us all more depressed and complacent.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's a big conspiracy.
I think
But it's good. I mean, there's dragons. That's cool.
I
Oh, spoiler! There's dragons.
Oh,
there are
no.
dragons.
There would be dragons. I rewatched the South Park episodes. They did like 3 episodes on Game of Thrones. Do you
I
ever
didn't
see
see
those
those.
I
episodes?
didn't see those either.
Oh man, it's hilarious. So everybody's playing Game of Thrones, right? And Butters doesn't know, and he's never seen it before. So everyone's into it. They're playing Game of Thrones, and Butters keeps going up to Cartman with updates because they're trying to figure something out. Like, what would Game of Thrones do in this situation? So he keeps coming up to him, and he's like, "Did you see this?" He's like, "Yeah, I saw that. And there's a lot of fighting, but why is there so much wiener?" He's like, "You see wieners everywhere. It's like I don't know what's going on. There's gay wieners, there's straight wiener." And then later he comes up to him, and the same thing. He just keeps reporting wiener. So then they go to George R.R. Martin's house. And he has like this symphony where he's singing "Wiener, Wiener, Wiener, Flabby Wieners," like the fucking theme song. It's just crazy. Oh man, so yeah, it's pretty funny. So I think they've showed some respect to him because they did 3 episodes on him, but they just tore him apart. But
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they do.
South Park, yeah, exactly.
I want like George R. R. Martin to like just come out with a video where he's just like, "Fuck you guys, I didn't write today. I didn't write it all this week." Because like his fans are so rabid to like get him to finish the book and everything. I just want him to kind of rub it in everybody's face. I think that would be pretty funny.
I think that'd be pretty funny. What do you think?
I think he started writing like erotic rape fiction, and that's all he
Yeah.
really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it went a little too far.
Yeah.
And he's like, I
Erotic rape
don't know
fiction.
how this. The guy fucks her. I don't know. That's how it ends. The guy fucks her. And then there's
Well,
zombies.
he can't fuck her. Okay, then he slits her throat. I don't
Yeah.
know. And then he just like, I don't know, zombies and dragons. Like, it's like a final note he added.
I am high as shit.
Yeah. So what else you been up to there, Dan Rice?
Oh, so many things. Mike, tomorrow, come by.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
that's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah. We do, me and my buddy Dan Carano do a monthly mic at Cafe 9, first Wednesday of every month. Last one was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
time.
Filling the void left by Joker's Wild.
Yes. The empty void.
R.I.P.
Yes, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Joker's Wild is dead.
Well, just the mic. Actually.
Yeah,
They're
just
doing,
you.
they're, they're doing way better ever since they canceled that shitty
Yeah,
mic.
yeah.
They're fucking rolling in it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they've been having some good crowds lately, man.
I have, yeah. Those Wednesday shows have been great.
Yeah, they've been a lot of fun.
I think they really put money into it, so advertising and stuff to get people in there on Wednesdays. It's been paying off.
Usually works.
Yeah,
So
usually.
just cat hair on my mic because that's the way you choose to
Mhm.
live your life. But that's fine.
I think this is going to be very funny for us. Everyone else is going to be like, oh, good. This is an inside podcast, guys. Sorry. Yep. What were you
I
gonna
don't
say?
mean to get too inside baseball, but what's inside baseballs? Is it like rubber bands or
I think it's just air, isn't it? Or a core?
that can't be true.
Maybe it's, I don't know.
Chew, actually.
Is
Dip-
it just like
dip.
layer after layer of baseball until like a Russian
It's
doll?
a littler baseball, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a littler baseball.
And then you get to the center, and Matthew McConaughey's in a bookcase in space, and he's helping his daughter figure out gravity
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's exactly what it is. I think you just blew everyone's mind. You should make a movie about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So have you, I want to hear what kind of shows you've done recently. Have you been on any cool shows?
What kind of shows have I done recently?
Of the comedy persuasion,
Yeah,
maybe?
I've been doing a lot of the, like I said, the Joker's Wild Wednesday and Thursday shows. The Thursday ones are awful. The Wednesday ones are great. Those have been a lot of fun. Yeah, I haven't been on a lot recently outside of that. Just I'm retiring.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a retiring tour.
Yeah.
You're gonna do another album before you retire.
Yeah.
One
I'm
more.
gonna do. It's gonna be mostly Gordon Lightfoot covers and a couple jokes about masturbating.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
A couple jokes. Oh man, this is great. Ooh, I was gonna ask you something, but now I totally forgot.
That's not a great.
Not a good way to do a podcast at all.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
a
remember
great-
all those questions you had yet? Go on.
But no, you did say you did
What is
mention
this, the Joe Rogan show?
you did
Yes.
mention that Dan came out with an album. How long ago did you come
Yeah.
out with that?
Over a year.
Oh, okay. And that's, I mean, when I first found out about that, I was really impressed. You did, like, how much time did you do?
Just like 45 minutes.
That's awesome. I mean, how long have you been able to do that much time?
I've always been able to do that much time, just not well. Like my first couple of gigs ever were doing half-hour sets, opening for
Really?
my friend's band. Oh, I was terrible though. I had no business doing that kind of time.
Oh man, I wish I could have seen it.
Some of them are still floating around online because they were like on Bandcamp accounts I no longer have the password to.
Oh,
So
no.
they're fucking
Oh no.
yeah. I gotta get rid of this somehow.
So you just went up
That's
there
hilarious.
knowing you were going to do a half hour?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Like
How, were you like
without really.
scared or anything? Or you were
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh,
shit, fucking-
Yeah.
I
And
would, I would just get really drunk and I would just read off a sheet of paper half the time and it
Did
was
you
pretty
get some
bad.
laughs or anything? Or
Yeah, I could. Well, yeah. There's a handful of jokes that I wrote back then that I still use today,
okay.
but like only like probably like 5 minutes worth of
Mhm.
shit out of like 90 minutes of just horrible nonsense in front of like a non-comedy crowd too. It
Oh,
was
man.
very, I don't know why I stuck with this.
You probably turned so many people off to comedy. Good
yeah,
job.
yeah. I was.
Want to go see a comedian? No, never.
I was the Vinny Beetle of my day.
Oh, poor Vinny Beetle.
Sorry, I just did Pat's podcast. I'm still in fuck Vinny Beetle mode.
Oh yeah.
It's infectious.
So you stayed up there the whole half hour in those early times?
Yeah. I
wow.
mean, I would have Briskin-esque rage fits and yell at the crowd.
Brisket ass. Oh yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, I would do
So
my time.
Did people say anything to you after you got off stage?
Yeah. There would always be like a couple of people that really liked what I was doing because
Mhm.
like they just had a lot of problems. And it was also a lot of like people I knew, you know, like it was
Okay.
opening for my friend's band, so
Oh,
like, I knew a lot
okay.
of people there. But yeah, I don't know. The
Did anyone ever
album-
try to give you the talk like maybe this isn't for you, man? Like, didn't you ever get that?
No, they really should have. I had way too much encouragement when I first started
That's awesome.
doing this.
Well, I'm sure they saw the funny stuff you did, and they, so that's why they told you to keep going. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I did an album just because I wanted to. I was starting to lose track of jokes, and I just wanted to put them all into something, and then try to just scrap everything and write all new stuff.
Oh, okay.
That hasn't worked. I'm still dependent on most of those jokes. but,
You have some good new stuff that I've heard.
I feel like you're constantly writing. Like I feel like you constantly have new stuff coming out. Like what's your process?
My process is I still panic when I have to do like 10 minutes. like yeah, I have like over an hour worth of material, but I'm like, oh wait, which one? What am I gonna? I need to remember all, and then I start writing down a set list, and then I see what jokes follow each other, and then usually wind up writing new jokes in between, and then those become the jokes I work on, and I don't know.
So it's like a Matthew McConaughey movie.
Yeah, it's exactly
It's like if you're trying to teach your daughter the theory of relativity or whatever.
it's failure to launch.
Yeah.
in a
yeah.
nutshell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Time is a flat circle. Failure to launch.
Oh, I get it. Failure to launch.
My process is I watch Dallas Buyers Club, and I cry, and then I just put pen to paper.
That must be
and
why you've come up with so many age jokes recently,
Mm.
right?
maybe.
Maybe.
Is 3 a lot? I don't think 3's a lot.
Depends what we're talking about. Like 3 homicides, that's kind of a lot.
I would say back in the 90s, 3 would have been a lot, but now,
Yeah,
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 it's
it's
not,
pretty light fare
Hmm.
these days. Oh yeah, a lot more AIDS. A lot more like when I first started. A lot more AIDS. A lot more
Oh,
cancer.
okay.
A lot more rape. A lot more like
so those were the kind of things you
bullshit.
were talking
Horrible
about,
bullshit. Yeah, just
like during the band shows.
Yeah, yeah, just like try to shock people or offend them,
Oh,
or
okay.
all
So that was like your original, like that's what you wanted to do, or was it more
That's
so?
not what I wanted to do. It's what I thought I could do.
Oh, okay.
But I've kind of moved away from that. I don't know. I try to be like classy and racist now. Not just...
Like the rebel flag, but it's got like a doily. Around
yeah,
it,
yeah, exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's wow. What was I gonna say? I can't remember.
Save it for the podcast, bro.
Doing great. It's fantastic.
You've been on some pretty cool shows, like with like headlining comics. Like, is there any like that stick out that
handful,
have been like
yeah.
your favorite, or that you still
Well,
remember as like a great night?
The first time I opened for Neil Hamburger and Duncan Trussell, that was like,
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa, really?
yeah, that was like my first like, I think that might have been the first like comedy show I was ever booked on.
How'd you get that?
I didn't deserve it. It was the only thing I had done was those band shows up until that point. I did like 3 of those, and the Neil Hamburger was booked through a music promoter, Mark News Manic Productions, who my friend knew really well. He's like, hey, you should get this guy, and he's like, does he have a Facebook page? So he's like, Dan, make a Facebook page, which I did, and got a bunch of likes to convince this guy that I'd been doing comedy for a while. And he put me on, yeah, it was terrifying, but I actually kind of pulled it off. That was like the first
How much time did you have to do?
half an hour.
Oh, wow.
But it was like, like I listen back to that sometimes now. It's like, oh, this is like, I'm kind of a comic at this point.
Yeah.
Where was it? Where was the show?
Cafe 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can go back and how often do you go back and listen to the sets that you've done?
Oh, not often at all. I just
No.
whenever I have to send clips, I'm not very organized, so I have to like look up my own clips on YouTube to find the links, and I wind up seeing all this old stuff, and I'm like, should I take this down? So yeah, I browse through it every time I consider taking it down, basically.
So you still haven't taken it down yet, though?
No, there's no real reason to.
Yeah.
How many videos are online of you that you don't have control over that you can't take down?
At least 2.
And do you regret it? Or
Oh
do you
yeah,
not really give a
of course I
shit?
regret it. I regret not remembering that fucking Bandcamp account password.
That's funny. It must not be easy to get to, though. I mean,
I don't think it is.
but the worst thing you have to worry about is like becoming famous, and then one day people will play that. And
Yeah,
make
that's
fun
my
of you.
biggest fear is becoming
Yeah,
famous.
that's what I mean.
I worry
so-
about it every
yeah,
day.
That's what I mean. So it's like, who cares? That's what you hope.
That
What
would
if it all
really
works
be-
out?
Yeah. Oh my god. I'll have to worry about those shitty videos. It'll be all over Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
No, the thing I worry about most is, if I become famous, is the family of that guy I killed finding me.
Yeah. Oh no. Should
Can we edit that? We
should
can
we
let's
edit that out?
out.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
should
yeah.
edit
Do
that.
it
Okay.
in post.
No
Thanks.
problem. Yeah.
No problem.
I'll totally won't forget to do that.
So how long have you been doing comedy for?
About 3 years, I think.
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
So how far in were you when you did the Neil Hamburger show the first time?
About 5 months.
Oh wow.
I think
Wow.
something like that.
How was he?
Oh, he was fantastic.
Did you talk to him?
A
Off
little
stage?
bit. Yeah. He's I mean, obviously it's a character act.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
nothing like himself on stage at all. He's just this, very plain, nice person.
How did the crowd respond?
Duncan
to him?
Trussell is exactly who you want him to be, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's-
Yeah, I could
Totally
see
him.
that. Yeah, I could see that. How was he? Did he do a good job?
He was great. He was
Yeah.
really great. So everyone, like, because a bunch of my family went, because
Oh,
it was like my first
yeah.
thing, and like he, that weird thing he does with the puppet.
No, I don't think so.
I've never seen it, but I've heard. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
does
has
like
some
it's like a
weird-
sock or something.
Yeah, it's like no, it's like if I remember, it's just a regular looking puppet, but he has like pre-recorded stuff that the puppet says over the PA. And,
Okay.
I forget, it was a weird bit, but like everyone in my family was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, they did not get it at all.
I mean, your AIDS jokes, we get that.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
Horrible AIDS, rape. That's everyone could relate to that. And cancer, rape. Come on.
I mean, that's just funny. But I mean, a sock puppet.
breast cancer joke, fantastic. But
Mwah.
I actually still use the breast cancer joke. I'm proud. How many breast cancer jokes are there? I'm proud of it. Fuck it. It works.
Exactly.
Hey,
If
as long as it works.
That's all that
I'm not-
matters,
yeah,
right?
I'm not gonna tell you to never do it ever again. Don't do it. Stop doing it. I would never say that.
Have you ever encountered an audience that just hates the, material that you're doing, where like cancer and rape and like, have you ever gotten people that have approached you after you've gotten off and been like, oh, that's not, you can't joke about that stuff?
No. I did have a friend of mine brought a date to one of my first shows, and I had a lot of I had a whole bit about abortion back then. And
Back then.
it was tasteful. I don't know. Like, I call Planned Parenthood the TGI Fridays of abortion clinics, and talk about how shitty they are and how you should take your girlfriend somewhere nicer. But shit like that. But yeah, things like that.
In that vein.
But a friend of mine brought a date, and he told me afterwards that she
Just that
left
abortion.
crying because
Oh.
she had just had an abortion, which is actually when I started to rethink, there needs to be more of a payoff if you're going to talk about shit like that. You
Yeah.
need to be better.
So you don't want to just have one girl running out. You want like 3 can run out.
Yeah, exactly. I want
If you could figure out how to tell them at an abortion.
I want every girl who's even had been 2 weeks late on her period to just fucking no, you monster. Hey, honey. My girlfriend's crocheting over there.
Oh, not at all awkward at all. So how's your cancer doing?
That's not cool. That's not cool at all, man. Knock on wood. Lame. Low blow.
Low blow.
Low blow. You don't like my breast cancer joke?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were...
No, I was just because we were just talking about rapes. I figured
I
we
think
were
it's
talking. Or no, we were talking about abortion. Sorry.
Man, this really is the Joe Rogan podcast. Rape, you want some weed, abortion, mushrooms?
All right. So what were you asking? You were going to ask me something, right? Or you were saying something?
How fucking high did you get?
Pretty.
No,
Yeah.
I asked you because you made some comment about my breast cancer joke that I thought.
Oh,
you
I'm
didn't
trying to
like the
think
joke.
which one, how it goes. I can't think of it for some reason right now.
Because I do want to know what jokes I have that were like if the payoff isn't worth bringing up something horribly unpleasant, then I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No. How's the breast cancer one go then? Or do you want to
Okay, so
You don't have to if you don't want to.
let me warm you guys up first. Hang on. Hey, what's going on, folks? Just flew in from New Haven, and boy, are my arms tired of racism. Okay, so breast cancer. No, there's this thing I saw on Facebook of this a black and white photo of a naked woman with her hand covering one breast, and her other breast was gone. It was missing from her body, and she was pregnant. And the caption read, "I conquered breast cancer, and now I'm pregnant with my first child." And the joke is can't conquered breast cancer? Give breast cancer some credit. You're missing a tit. You didn't kick its ass. Be more,
Yeah.
I threw a fair one with breast cancer. There were losses on both sides. In the end, I wanted it more.
Yeah.
Give breast
That's
cancer
hilarious.
respect as an opponent.
I like
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah, I
like
like
It's
it.
horrible.
Yeah, but it's funny. But I could see how somebody would want to be offended.
Yeah. Now you said
I
you-
pretty much only do it now when I want to make Pat Oates laugh. He's one of the few people.
Now you said your family came and saw you. When they come, do they still come and see you perform? And if they do,
Sometimes.
do you have do you want to censor yourself? Do you feel the need to
I don't-
let me dial
Well, I
back?
don't censor myself, but I do not feel I just don't feel as comfortable as I
Yeah.
possibly could. And the last time was the worst experience of my life.
Oh, what happened?
I
Oh
was-
no.
I was at comics. There's a show called Paid or Pain.
Oh,
guys
I remember
familiar with
that show. Yeah, yeah.
Brennan, you ever heard of that?
I think I heard you talk about it before.
Yeah.
But
Well,
go ahead.
So the audience decides whether or not you should get paid,
Right.
or if you should get booed or something.
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
Okay.
well, no, if you get paid or tortured by a dominatrix.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I went on like second to last or last, I think, and the crowd was just out for blood.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Nothing was
Oh.
landing, and not only was my mother there, but my cousin from fucking Long Island and
she made
his
the trip.
wife.
They
Like,
made the trip out.
yeah, and
you
it
got
was
tortured
just,
by
like,
a dominatrix.
two people that now like don't believe I actually do comedy, and there's nothing I can
Yeah.
ever do to change that.
Yeah.
So I just had this horrible set and I cut it short. I was just like, all right, fuck it. Where's the lady? Just bring her out. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, if
And she broke a fucking like a paddle over my ass, like literally
Wow.
broke a wooden
Oh
paddle.
my god.
Wow.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that story? Okay.
Man, that's At that point,
Turns out she wasn't even a dominatrix though. I was talking to her backstage. She's just some fucking stripper.
really,
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
that is fucked up.
Did she at least get naked?
No.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should. She should have really had a degree. You know?
Comedy should have more full frontal nudity.
Yeah, I agree, especially if they're torturing the comedians.
Right.
That's-
So how awkward was it afterwards talking to them?
Did you guys all go to
it was,
get a
I
burger?
still like have flashbacks to how it felt. Like
PTSD.
like, you know, when you're really uncomfortable, you think of all the other times you've been really uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
that's the one I go to.
Wow.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. That's happened to me too, where people have come and seen me, and I just bombed, and
You
the
know.
conversation afterwards is
And the worst is
just
like
awful.
because you know, normal people don't understand how comedy shows
Yeah.
work. Like it, when it really is just the crowd or
Yeah,
some
yeah.
outside factor, like they don't get
Well,
it.
that
and,
that
Yeah.
point, I mean, at that point, once they see one person tortured and they're hammered, they've seen
Yeah,
comedians. They don't
yeah.
care if you get paid. That gives them nothing. So they want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
they want to see you get tortured, no matter. So they're gonna pretend you're not funny or whatever. Yeah. So
No, they're just like checked out. They're not.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
they just want to see the violence. It's
Yeah.
a fucking mob. You know,
Yeah.
that's how the Holocaust happened. Got everyone excited, pay or pain, and it was pain.
That was really funny. The Holocaust.
Yeah. Well, just people when they get together with a hive mind and, I don't know, like the mob mentality. Anyway, so
So you said you were second to last. How many people were on that show?
Like 5, I think. The only one they paid was the one female comedian. Who was Corinne Fisher. She's from New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I've heard the name before.
Yeah, she's pretty funny.
how much did they pay her?
They actually never said, which is probably, I don't know, a bar tab or something.
Here's $5.
No.
Oh man, it's good for a couple gallons of gas.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Those late shows are always tough. What time did that show start? Like 10:30 or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, those shows are. It doesn't matter where you are. Those shows are just hard.
They are, yeah. Well, depending. I actually had a really great time at Joker's Wild last weekend. The late show there. It was this. There's only about like 30 people there, but and they all seemed like really, really fucking drunk, and like it was gonna be an absolute shit show. Weren't you
Mhm.
there? No, you weren't there.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry.
Was this Dan Rivera's presents his Friday
No,
night
this is
show?
Dave Moon.
Oh,
After
okay.
after he headlined, he
Okay.
did a late show or put on a late show, and yeah, it turned out to be like one of the best crowds fucking
Oh,
ever.
awesome.
Of just
Wow.
this, I'm gonna stop talking. I don't know why I feel a racial slur coming on or something. Like, they were all white too, which is weird, but I just
Damn honkies.
what's a polite way to describe this audience?
White trash.
I didn't. Let's edit all this out.
Okay.
Let's just start over. We might not even
Will
release
do.
this one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably not. It's going out live, but there's only one viewer, so I'm sure we could find that one viewer and have them taken care
Killed. Yeah.
of. You know how it works.
Sorry, Jacob Paulson. You know too much.
You gotta go. Oh man, that Huntington Cafe just went out of business. You heard about that?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
show that
sucks. The show that was supposed to be this Friday night.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, who run that show?
Stefano.
Yeah, yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it was a really good
was
show
really good,
last time.
yeah.
It was one of the best crowds I've ever been in front of.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, they were like really cool. Everything people were saying, they're laughing at. I don't know. It was cool. We were making fun of them. They were laughing. It was good stuff. But yeah, I was looking forward to it. You were gonna be on it, right?
Yeah.
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 And then I guess the
was,
place went on to business.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna be on it, so fuck it. Don't
Oh,
care.
you were gonna be on it, or you
Nope.
said you weren't? Oh, yeah. So you plotted to make them go out of business? Is what
I
you're saying.
mean, I may have made a few phone calls and used my connections in the food service industry.
Well, your
to
name is
have
Rice, I
their
mean.
health department
Got them on lock.
license taken away. But, no, I didn't. No, come on now, that's silly.
I have a question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
You're both on CT Comics. Have you seen the ads to take that stand-up comedy course with DC Benny?
No, who is that?
Do you know? He's a comic from New York. He's done like Conan and stuff.
Dunno.
He's like a seller guy. He was on like one season of Last Comic Standing. But how do you guys feel about comedy classes, even if they're taught by somebody who has, a career in the industry? Do you guys think it's like worth it, or do you think that, I don't know, I feel like popular belief among comics is you should never take comedy courses?
Yeah, I'm kind of with that. Well, I mean, obviously, Brandon probably thinks differently.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you should never take a class, but I think if you're taking one, you should know exactly what it's about, and you shouldn't be taking it to think you're going to become like a famous
Yeah.
comedian.
Well, I think if you've never done comedy, like no open mics, no nothing, and you want to, but you just don't know like what the first sentence out of your mouth is going to be,
Mhm.
like maybe taking the comedy class can at least give you some
Or-
structure to build on, so you won't completely freeze on stage. So if that's where you're at, then yeah, it probably could be helpful.
Or maybe even if you're in an area.
I didn't go that route. I'm not a pussy, but
Maybe. Or if
fucking
you're
dove in head first, man.
if you're in
Great, boom.
30 minutes. Let's
talk
do
about
this.
it.
Let's talk about 30 minutes.
This is not a mistake.
This is the right thing to do. At what point did you think to yourself while you're out there, like, this is a huge mistake? Did you? Or no?
Almost constantly throughout.
You were just like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you apprehensive about doing a half an hour out of the gate? I feel like my first time on stage, it was an open mic, and I was doing 5 minutes, and I was nervous about 5 minutes. How did you wrap your mind around doing a half an hour?
I don't know. I just
'Cause
felt
you
like
had-
I
you had
I
to
just
know that
jotted
that
down
was-
every dumb idea I could think of.
Well,
and
did you know that was kind of crazy? Or like that's not really a road that most people take
yeah.
their first time out?
Well, I mean, it's like a music show at a shitty dive bar,
Yeah.
and also, I have like, I have a handful of friends, like jackass friends that are just gonna laugh no matter what. So,
Mhm.
it won't be that big of a disaster. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was a little. It didn't make me like I was never crazy or delusional. I was never like, oh, I could do a half hour at a comedy club. I never,
Yeah.
It's like I kind of like just recently got there,
Mhm.
But
Yeah. That's really good though for being 3 years in, and you got like a half an hour good comedy club.
yeah. I could do like that's about the amount of time I can be good for.
Now, do you write every day?
No. I'm starting to actually. I started to keep a notebook on me again because for some reason, just if it's a device thing, I just won't do it. I don't know why, but yeah, I think I have this notebook full of gems right here. Let's see. There's a manager meeting note.
Let's see, rebel flag.
It's mostly just swastikas. Hot dog romance comedy. That's a note in my notebook right now.
Hot dog romance comedy.
Porn, just the word porn.
Just the word porn.
Which I'm such a fucking. I still need to write that on a set list to remember to do the fucking. Even though I'm not looking at the set list, I still have to write out a set list before I go on, or I won't remember porn. Like,
Well, what do you write? Just keywords down?
yeah. Oh yeah. I just write. I haven't actually written out a joke in forever. I just
Yeah.
Keywords.
yeah. I just keywords to remind me of my train of thought, and then I try it on stage, and then I try to cut out what doesn't work. And
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I wish I had the discipline to sit down and actually write out a joke and then kind of
I
reread
don't know,
it and edit
because that's
it.
actually what I used to do when I was doing those half-hour like not knowing what I was doing shows, and
Yeah.
I find it way too limiting. Like,
Really?
yeah, it puts you in your own head too much. It makes you commit to things too much.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
I see what you're
true.
saying. We could be more
It
fluid.
doesn't work for me.
Hmm.
I don't know. Well, I mean, but you do that though, right? You kind of like write out every word?
No, I write down notes and then I'll try it on stage, and then if it's a certain wording that I have, then I try to write it down. Or if there's keywords that I want to keep, I'll write those
Okay,
keywords.
like a line really hit, you'll write down
Yeah,
the exact way
exactly.
you said it. Okay,
Yeah, so I remember how to say it. A lot of times I'll text things to myself or have a little notebook on my phone or I'll write it. But it's mostly things that I just say. A lot of times I try to find things that I
like
say.
the N word.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah, or like abortion.
or stop
You know,
gay
like
marriage,
basically I
or-
just
yeah.
say, yeah, you know.
Yeah, things you say all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And then I just get on stage and I say them. It doesn't have to be funny, right? You could be serious about this, right?
Like, from my cold dead hands
Yeah.
while gripping your gun. You know,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You know.
Save the Confederate flag.
Save the
Yeah,
Confederate
yeah,
flag.
The Confederacy must live. I was
9/11 was an inside job.
Yes. Yes, 7-Eleven's an inside job as well.
That's true. 311's an inside job.
I've seen him perform at music festivals outside before, though. So
You've seen 311?
no.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a plant. I'm a government plant. Oh man, I was gonna ask you something, but I think it's gone.
God damn it!
It's gone.
We do that a lot here.
Worst
Yeah.
hosts ever. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's pretty bad when there's more people on the podcast than
And
watching.
I
it.
host a terrible podcast. Just kidding. Good for nothing. Check it out.
Good for nothing. It's on the
Comedy
out
LOL
Friday.
Network.
Yeah, we gotta get together and do a multi-podcast. I think that'd be
A
great idea.
multicast?
Yeah.
Do you
That-
believe in the multicast?
I like the multicast theory.
There's a theory out there that
Yeah.
all the universe is actually just a series of podcasts in different
in,
realms.
a, in a little girl's bedroom with,
Yeah.
with a bookcase.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what?
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it's still fresh on my brain. No, although I have been binge watching Game of Thrones.
Gotta watch Daredevil. That's a good binge watch show.
Yeah, I heard.
I heard that's good.
Wilson Fisk. Just mumbles mostly the whole time, but then he enunciates.
Enunciates.
It's like the one impression I can kind of do.
Except for the half Bill Cosby, half
Wait, yeah, what was that?
I don't know, but then you killed yourself. Oh yeah, Good for Nothing podcast. Everybody.
Yeah,
check it
Kevin
out.
had some weird half Bill Cosby character,
Yeah.
and I made like
A ridiculous
5 others and made them all kill themselves because I couldn't find one that worked.
Now,
that's funny.
were you guys like fans of Bill Cosby's comedy ever in your life?
When I was
I've never
younger,
gotten into him.
Can we edit this out? No. I fucking always hated Bill
well,
Cosby.
I was
Yeah.
really
and I was
young.
like, it's like a guilty pleasure. I feel guilty about the pleasure I get from the allegations and the fact that he's ruined. Like, it's not worth like the molestation of all those women, but
Yeah.
I am enjoying
what
it.
a
I'm
sweet
not
guy.
gonna
What a sweet
lie.
guy you are, Dan. What a sweet guy.
Yeah.
All the molestation is
Like,
brought
like
aside.
I'd take it all back if I could, but I can't. So I might as well enjoy Bill Cosby being ruined.
Yeah, I just never like I've tried to watch his stuff and I've never felt anything.
See, I
towards
was
it.
alive back then, and I remember being younger watching it, and we thought it was hilarious. And then later, then Eddie Murphy came out, and then that was the new shit. And especially when he made fun of him, when Eddie made fun of Bill Cosby for like calling him up and saying, you know, you got to tone it down. And
Yeah, Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock. That's insane
Yeah,
in
and
retrospect.
Richard Pryor.
And Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, because he's the one who said Richard Pryor called me. He's like, I told you to tell that motherfucker to have a Coke in his mouth. Shut the fuck up. Like, yeah.
But that's in retrospect. That's insane that he was that much of a what do you want to call it? Like a Nazi about the
Yeah.
swearing and everything, and then like would rape people.
Yeah.
Which I would argue is worse than swearing.
Yeah, I would. Of course.
I'm just saying an argument could be made that rape is worse than swearing.
I don't know. What what kind of words are we talking here? Is it date rape or?
But I mean, he never swore in front of those passed out women. So.
It's very
He had to
He
keep
kept
it
it
classy.
clean.
Keep it classy, Bill.
He was just raping them and talking about like Noah or some shit. Yeah.
HG double hockey sticks.
Oh man. I don't know. It's it's just so weird.
Do you even know what that was in reference to? That's so weird. You look like you've just completely lost your train of thought.
I did again. Oh, Dan, you can see my
Distraction.
soul. This is just horrible. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say, but that part was probably pretty good.
Do you
I don't know.
have you done any Cosby jokes since that whole thing came out?
I think I
Or
had,
do you
like,
stay away from
one
topical
stupid-
stuff?
I don't. I always pepper in like one or two topical things, but it's usually like I'll use topical stuff as a tag to something I've already written. Like
Oh,
that.
okay,
I don't know if
yeah.
you have that I'm a racist joke that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I talked about Rachel, what's her name?
Oh,
as a
yeah,
way
yeah,
to,
yeah.
Just as a way to bring up that already written joke.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't have a lot of. I try to stay away from something that I know is just going to be completely done to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
over in a couple months.
Yeah.
What something I wanted to ask you guys, because you're talking about Bill Cosby. What do you guys think about Eddie Murphy back in his younger days when he's doing stand-up? Are you guys fans?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really like Raw as much as I liked Delirious. I thought Delirious was really good.
Which one? Which
Raw
one
was
Del-
first.
Was
right?
the
Delirious.
red or purple?
No, Delirious was red.
Oh,
Red.
And
Yeah.
then
Okay.
Raw
Okay.
was
Yeah.
purple.
So
I am
Delirious
more
was
into
first,
Delirious.
right?
Delirious
Yeah.
was first.
And then
yeah.
Raw, yeah.
Delirious, the gay honeymooners bit.
Yeah.
So allegedly he was like caught with like a male prostitute, right, or a transvestite or something.
Yeah, I think a transsexual.
Yeah.
So what do you guys
Well,
think?
They just went straight to family comedies.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
It's just
yeah,
like
that's
yeah,
how
the
it
whole.
happened.
So what do you guys think if he actually came back to stand up, but he addressed his issues, kind of like Jim Norton addresses his issues and talks about
He
them?
is supposed to be coming back to doing stand up, right? Isn't
Is he?
That's
I
I,
would
I
be-
mean,
I
I
mean,
mean
that
like
would be
it's like
great.
the whispers that I hear, but
Okay.
what do you think if he came back and then just talked about like his dark side or whatever it was?
I think
mean,
I think the social climate for that kind of thing is definitely more accepting now
Yeah.
that people are marrying their pets and
yeah.
doing all that heathen stuff. But
The floods are
I'm a
coming.
devout Catholic.
The floods are coming.
It'll never happen, but that would be amazing. If
Wouldn't
you actually
that be?
talked about,
that would be cool.
Because he was such, I think he had such good talent on stage. You know, he was really.
He did, but I mean, yeah, I don't think it ever would happen because his muscle. I mean, when you do stand-up comedy, it's like working out a muscle. I mean, his is so weak right now. People would probably just judge him so quickly, like, "Oh, Eddie Murphy sucks," and he probably doesn't
maybe.
want to go through that.
Yeah.
He just own it. Come out in a Pluto Nash costume. And
Yeah, what do you think? Do you want him to do that?
I think that'd be great. I really do because I really was a big fan of him, and I'm kind of upset that he's not doing stand-up anymore. And if that's what he has to talk about, you know, that's his thing. But I think it would be brilliant. But that's my opinion. I don't know.
although I don't even is that just a rumor that he got caught?
I don't
Because
know.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard it.
but
I don't
now
know.
that I feel I don't know if that's
He claimed he was just picking up a pedestrian who was caught in the rain because it was pouring when he picked her up. So he never admitted to actually picking up a transvestite prostitute. He just happened to. That was kind of his side of the story publicly.
But I think
But,
if you really
I think it was
did
enough.
pick up a prostitute, you'd probably just be like, you know, like if say he saw someone in the rain, and he's Eddie Murphy, and he did pick this person up, and he got caught, you'd probably be better off just saying, yeah, I fuck transsexuals. Like, would it be, just, you know what I'm saying? It would just save him so much of a shitstorm. It's like, no one's going to believe me anyway. Yeah, I fuck him, whatever, dude. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
That'd be
I know what you
awesome to see like a scene in a movie where he plays himself
Yeah.
and the transsexual hooker in the car. And his fat uncle who's there for some reason.
And the cop.
And a talking donkey, all in the
No,
same
Arsenio,
limousine.
Arsenio Hall has to play the cop. Joe Frazier? I don't know.
Try the soup.
Yeah.
They're doing Coming to America too.
Are you serious?
Yeah, with Kevin Hart is
Is
gonna
it
be.
is it 2 or
It's
is it a
two.
remake?
It's two. Kevin Hart is gonna be Eddie Murphy's son, and
Uh,
some other guy is gonna be Arsenio Hall's son.
And Arsenio Hall is gonna play himself
Yeah, Arsenio Hall is gonna be Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio
with
Hall
his own show.
He's looking to be an extra.
Actually, no, Paul
actually.
Scheer is gonna be Arsenio Hall.
That is hilarious.
The Arsenio Paul show.
Arsenio Paul, yeah.
Oh God, it's
That'd
my
be-
favorite.
I've never seen him do it.
Oh really? Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing. They do word for word
Yeah.
reenactments of interviews from the Arsenio Hall show
Yeah.
with Paul
Oh my
Scheer as
God.
Arsenio Hall or Arsenio Paul, and they do word for word reenactments, and then they do another take where they improvise it and make it funny. But either one's worth watching.
Oh,
They're-
what?
they're
That's Comedy Bang Bang.
amazing. No, that's
That's,
just like
uh,
YouTube. His
oh,
own
oh.
thing.
I think it's on Cartoon Network. I think Adult Swim is
Oh,
like what
right.
it airs.
Oh, was it
on.
aired?
Yeah, I think
I thought it was
aired,
just a YouTube
yeah.
thing. Okay.
I think I'm not positive. I think it is. It was for a little while.
Wow, that sounds pretty hilarious. I used to watch that show all the time.
The
That's
Arsenio
so
Hall
cool.
show?
Yeah,
Where were you? Like,
Yeah.
how old were you when that was?
like 32. No, I'm soulless. No, probably like 8th grade, freshman year.
and it was like the hip show to
It was
watch. Right?
huge, yeah, because all the biggest stars and names went on that show. But it was just funny because you were kind of laughing at him and with him, like I,
I
don't
do.
know.
I have a really vivid
And these
memory
people right here.
of- I don't know how old I was, but I was a kid. But I remember him interviewing Jason. From,
Yeah.
From the Friday
Yeah.
the 13th movies.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I
talking to
think
him,
I
and
saw
Jason's
that
just
with
looking
the
at him.
mask.
Yeah, I think I saw that
Yeah.
when it aired.
Yeah.
I think.
And then they made fun of him on Living Color, and he had like this huge ass, like a really big finger. He's like,
Yeah.
"Arr, arr, arr," yeah. Yeah, so it was a good show, though. I think for its time, it was totally.
I had no
90s.
like. I was always watching shit I had no business to be
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I shared a room with my brother who was 10 years older than me. So when I was like
Uh.
9, I was watching Mr. Show
Oh
with
yeah.
Mom and David.
Married with Children. That was really
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. That was a
Oh,
big one. I
yeah.
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
That was such a great show.
Oh, Married with Children.
Yeah, and nothing really ever worked out. It's kind of like how Seinfeld ended up with the little, like, it was more realistic.
That's a show that people like 10 years from now, people are gonna like look at Married with Children and be like, look what you could have gotten away with back then.
Yeah.
Oh
It's crazy.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
the fucking their woman hating club.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Except
yes
even
or no,
even
ma'am.
like just today, it's still
Yeah.
kind of shocking. But
Yeah.
you watch TV from the 50s, like, oh, they were hitting women and
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about it, and it was
Mhm.
fine. Like
Yeah.
that Married
Smoking
with Children
cigarettes.
is gonna be the next fucking.
Oh yeah, like going to the titty bar and stuff. And then like all the stuff he would say about women, about their feet. Like,
Yeah.
you fucking hog.
Now
Yeah.
you just gotta hold it all in.
Yeah.
'Cause they are taking over.
Yeah.
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 How do you feel about the whole political correctness
Oh
movement
man, let me
against
tell you,
comedy?
these women, they need to be put in their place. No, I certainly support. I think everyone should generally be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do,
Mhm.
and the only time you shouldn't be able to do that is if that interferes with other people being able to do what they want to do, and that all law should kind of stem from
Well,
that.
and
Yeah.
marijuana, that should be totally illegal.
Yeah.
Too. You wouldn't want people to smoke marijuana.
But I think that the political correctness in comedy is kind of insane right now, and
Yeah.
Do you feel like
It's-
right now we're at the peak of it, or do you think it's going to keep getting worse?
I think there's gonna be a huge backlash,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be like all kinds of horrible, offensive comedy that becomes popular because people are just fed up with this,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's totally gonna backfire. It's all gonna suck, and
Or now, do you feel it's like that at the clubs, or just like people talking about it online and on Twitter and stuff? Like when you're at a comedy club or when you're doing a show, are you running into this political correctness and these crowds that are upset and stuff?
no, I'm not, but I'm just
That's
doing
what I
stuff
mean.
at like bars
Yeah.
and a small club in New Haven.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
you're amongst real people. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but
maybe it's just people on Twitter blogging about it and saying,
well,
"Oh,
when
these
you're
people are
when
getting
you're a
offended."
name,
Yeah.
then shitting on you becomes a story.
Yeah,
so people
that's
are
what I
more
mean.
likely to do it because.
So do you think the people at
really,
the shows
really,
are-
half these people that are calling big name comedians out on being misogynistic or racist or whatever, that they're just self-interested people
yeah,
who just
Mhm.
want
Yeah.
their name out there. They
Yeah.
want their break.
that's
you
what
know?
I'm saying. So I don't
Feed
know
off of somebody
if
else.
Yeah.
this political correctness wave that we're seeing is more of of like a
Yeah, it's more about pay attention to me.
Yeah.
You know, which is what fucking comedy is for. Fucking,
Yeah.
you want people to pay, like, do comedy.
do comedy.
Like,
You
get
get your
funny.
5 minutes and your shitty material or whatever it is. But that's what I'm saying. Do you think the political correctness is more of it just seems like it's worse than it is because you're just hearing about it like on Twitter and on blogs and people talking about it on TV?
Well, hang on.
Whereas,
Let me get my my Narragansett tall boy into the frame before I talk about this goddamn political correctness.
So
The Jews and the liberals are sending these countries.
yes.
I can say that I'm a quarter Jewish on my mother's side and an eighth liberal Cherokee.
Oh, all right. Well, as
Yeah.
long as it's Cherokee, you can. Yeah. But do you see what I'm saying though with the?
Yeah, it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
It's just plain it's gotten like trendy to. It's,
But what I'm saying is, do you think your average person is getting more offended, or it's just these people?
oh, no, I
with
think your average
voices
person
talking
doesn't
about
have a fucking thought in their head.
Yeah.
They just go with the herd.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's like
it's a great point.
whatever triggers that, like, oh, if I take this stance, I might get laid
Yeah.
thing. You know, well, right now that's being offended by racist comedy
Mm-hmm.
and being really progressive and tolerant. You know, and just
And that'll get me laid. Yeah.
yeah,
That's a great way to look at it.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, I made a post something like that about that on Facebook because everybody's changing their picture to like the flag, and I'm like, well,
yeah.
like now you're putting your flag up after they won. I'm like, that's a little front runner, and I'm like, and I was like, are you doing it because you don't want people to think you're homophobic? It's like saying it's like the internet way
I
of
didn't
saying
do that.
I'm not racist.
But
I have a
I
black
shared
friend.
a rainbow picture of Omar from The Wire.
Oh,
that was probably a little contribution.
That's funny. But yeah, so I think it's a similar thing. Like people see people doing it, like, oh, I think it's the right thing to do. I should do it too. I don't want people to think I'm homophobic.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fear of being judged is a large part of it, and
like,
fear of
outcast.
having your own opinions about things.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but any one of these stories about comedians getting called on stuff like that, like with just a little digging, you find that the real context of the joke or whatever, and
yeah,
you see how blown out of proportion it is, and
it's
like
ridiculous.
even not to defend Daniel Tosh, but no, you have to defend Daniel Tosh because that
Yeah.
guy got fucked.
What happened to him?
By what?
Well, that was kind of the start of this.
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
agree? You know, and that was.
Well, why don't you tell people about it if they don't know? If they're familiar.
Basically he like was over his time and didn't know what else to say. You know, I think it was the crowd wanted an encore or something like that, and he's like, I don't know, what do you guys want me to talk about? And then someone from the audience shouted, "Rape!" And he was like, I don't want to do that. I don't know if that's too funny. And then some girl said, "Rape is never funny."
Oh no.
And then he was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if it's like a bunch of guys just rape that girl right now?" Right? But he was like doing it in the voice of the guy that shouted rape. He was
Yeah.
making fun of him.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
And like, yeah, it just blew up.
It's like the kind of thing now where people they just hear these buzzwords. They're not actually listening to the
Yeah.
context of the joke.
So-
They're just hearing.
Actually, you know what? You asked me if I've ever gotten people complaining about my material, and
Yeah.
actually, yeah, it's a lot of the racism stuff that I always. I kind of stayed away from it for a while because some people would be like, I don't know about all that racist jokes. Because, you know, I have those really ridiculous, over the top, like, making fun of racism jokes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they actually get interpreted as being
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah,
racist,
when you're
which-
just trying to be.
bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such, the whole joke is that like racism is such an absurd idea to me that am I rambling? I'm feeling drunk.
No,
No.
no, it's great.
Keep going.
I think that if you were really racist, you're kind of thinking that I could think of something to be funnier than that if I was really racist.
Yeah,
you know what I
oh,
mean? Like,
man.
I can think of a more racist.
Like I
thing than
genuinely
that.
hate the Italians. I can fucking make you laugh at that shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you idiot. Of course, I'm being stupid.
I could say that I'm a part Italian Cherokee.
Cherokee. Yeah, once you say American Indian or Native or Cherokee, no. It's like, okay, all right, cool. That's one of those subjects, but yeah.
So you pulled back from the racist stuff because
For a while.
What?
Yeah.
So who? What did a comedian say something or a crowd member?
No, crowd members would come up to me. Like I had
Black
a
or
couple-
white?
White actually. I don't
That's
think
the
a black
problem.
person has ever come up to me.
Because they
and-
probably. Oh, sorry. Because
Except for Gary Alexis. Gary Alexis thinks I'm racist, but that's because he's a narcissistic, fucking
Well,
insane person.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's Haitian, by the way. Stop saying the fucking N-word. You're Haitian. Fuck you.
You heard it here first, folks. So, Gary Alexis, we love him. But
Well,
so I missed that mic. Even right before it ended, it wasn't the same. But like a year or two ago, the open mic, the way it was, that dynamic with everybody there
Oh,
all
the
the
Joker's
time.
mic?
Yeah,
yeah, the Joker's
yeah,
mic
that was fun.
great.
It did get shitty though toward the end.
Kinda.
Yeah,
I don't know. It had like ebbs and
yeah.
ups and downs.
Yeah, true. Probably would have came back.
You got the Cal White days. That was
Yeah,
kind of
that
the
was
golden
fun.
age.
That's when I came into it. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Those are actually like the most fun because you just felt like you could do anything and it'd be okay. And it was such like a creatively like fostering environment.
Yeah, it really was. There's a lot more compliments back then. It seemed, Pat owes everybody.
No, Pat's fantastic.
Yeah,
but,
I know. Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just because that was kind of like the period in which I sort of became.
I think it's the
comic
other
I am
people
now.
who were there too. That's really what it was. You
Yeah.
had people that I don't know. It just seemed people were happier. The people that were there. Maybe I don't know if that's the right way. It was just a good mix of people.
Yeah. But just the energy he brought to the open mic made it like very welcoming to like whatever weird thing you want to do.
Yeah,
is fine.
Yeah. Because he was so wacky.
Because he's like storming around with an American flag or whatever on the 4th of July to some 80s song and just doing the most ridiculous, insane, funny shit.
Yeah, he should run another open mic. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a huge waste of his time, but we'd all benefit from it.
Yeah.
I think the Joker's mic might come back eventually.
It's possible.
I feel like there's a possibility that might happen.
I doubt it because frankly, the showcases are working out. We all do them on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of working out better for comics
it's
that
better
have
for the
put in time.
yeah, exactly. I think that's what was going on towards the end. It just like the scene became so diluted, and there'd be so many new people up on stage. That,
or people that were just there for their either first time or just once in a while. Yeah, kind of stretching it out. I don't know. I kind of missed the mics in New York. We just did one a couple weeks ago. It was kind of fun.
Oh, how'd that go? Yeah.
I think it went well. The crowd though, New York is just when you're. It's not even performing in New York. It's not even performing in New York. It's when you're performing.
Edit that out. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, anytime. It's when you're performing because I used to think it was the people in New York. Now it's just the comedians in New York. A lot of them are very not the really good ones, but the ones that are just like my level. At the open mics, they seem like they're super progressive or they're trying too hard to be progressive to be accepted, so they won't laugh at a lot of stuff.
When you fake it, it's work. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, and it's like I'm not saying I'm like that funny, but I just did the jokes at a few other shows and people laughed, and I did them, and a couple people here and there would snicker, but other people you can hear like ugh, like that.
Yeah.
Like really, like these are jokes.
That cheapens ideas. That when you're out there and you're just like trying to seem more progressive or like with the times than you really are, just to like be liked or accepted.
Yeah.
That kind of cheapen that.
It's the
like
opposite.
what about
of
the
what you
people
should
who
be
are
doing.
passionate about that
Yeah.
shit? You're cheapening what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's a great point, and I think I realized that because I did a real show.
And when are we gonna get a real goddamn border? So that's the Narragansett talk.
I did a real show in New York, and in front of real people, not just comedians, and it went well. And I was like, oh, maybe I thought it was just the people in New York. Maybe it's just the comedians who were some of them.
Oh yeah, well I mean, a lot of them move there to pursue that, and they're stuck doing these horrible open mics, and they're just bitter and. Like I've always done really well at New York open mics because I actually and you too because we actually like try. We're there to like have fun and get better.
Yeah.
And we're not like bitter and detached.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. We're like smiling and people are looking at us like, why are they smiling? Yeah, totally.
What
get that vibe.
what rooms did you hit up recently?
Just the Giggle Pit, the one at Climate Lounge.
Oh, okay.
Giggle Pit?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know that one.
yeah. Gregory Joseph puts it on. It's at the Climate Lounge and on 7th. I think it's like 7th Street. And he does it on Mondays.
Right?
Yeah, kinda in that general area.
Okay.
But
We
I,
gotta go again soon.
yeah,
It's
we
been too
really
long.
do. Yeah, it has been. I know we just
Yeah.
went and we only hit one mic.
It was always real fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as we get into the summer, I'm gonna slow down. I've been like super busy. Just a lot of stuff.
Jew summer. No,
Yeah.
no, that doesn't work. Sorry.
No,
Never mind.
that's New York.
Jew, yeah, New York. That's
Start spreading the ashes.
Jew Mexico?
Uh,
Jew Jersey. No.
Yeah. Jew England.
Jew England. Jew Haven.
Jew Haven. That's like sounds like a. All right, that sounds racist.
Yeah, all that other stuff is fine.
Yeah, that sounds
But-
totally
no, see,
fine.
let's cut all this out.
I'm friends with a guy who's half Jewish. It's cool. It's cool.
Oh,
This is a great story. Speaking of New York, we were in New York. It was me, Mike Briskin, and Dion. And Mike Briskin was yelling. He's like, "You dirty Jew!" He just kept yelling, and I'm like,
oh, you're
On
kidding.
the
and,
street.
and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, Mike, stop yelling that. I was like, why? He's like, if anyone's Jewish, it's not like they're gonna do anything. Jews are all pussies. And
Yeah.
so I go, oh, all of them? I go, yeah. I go, what if? I go, you think maybe 1%? Yeah, maybe one. I go, well, you're gonna run into that. He's like, no, I won't. And then he goes to say something, and there's this black guy who's kind of like built, and he had like a Star David thing on. And I'm like, there you go. He's
Oh,
like, "God
Briskin's
damn it."
worst fucking
Yeah,
nightmare.
Briskin's worst nightmare, a black Jew.
That's like half the conversations I've ever had with Mike.
And
He's
if I
fucking
didn't-
like, hey, stop this horrible, unacceptable
Yeah.
behavior. Why? Why?
Yeah, why? Exactly. And if I didn't tell him to stop, he probably would have yelled it right in that guy's face. You know? Oh man, it was hilarious. Why? I love that dude. He's great. We gotta have him back on the podcast.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
No, yeah. Definitely.
Big Mike Briskin, everybody.
He's a great joke writer.
Yeah.
Horrible human being. No, I'm just kidding.
He's got some good. Have you seen it? Heard any of his new jokes
Oh yeah, yeah.
about the
he's-
wrestling partner?
No. I don't
Oh,
think so.
yeah.
I don't think I heard that one either.
No.
I'm sure it's
Oh
good.
man, yeah. It's funny. I won't say more. But yeah. So we're right at about an hour. So is there
Oh,
anything
okay.
you
Oh.
want to plug or talk about or?
I guess just the Good for Nothing podcast, which is
Yes.
under the umbrella of this podcast,
Yes.
Comedy LOL.
Yes.
Check it out. Me, Sean Murray, Kevin Fitzgerald, special wacky guests, and we're gonna discuss our lost episode this week. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Adam.
Let's see. I got a show coming up in New Milford, July 17th
Ooh.
for KJ. You know KJ.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yep, so it should be fun. I don't know. You did her show last time. How
yeah,
was it?
it was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, very very good crowd. I have nothing now because Friday was canceled. So just go to my open mic on Thursdays. Wah, wah, wah. Thursdays at Murphy's Law in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Beautiful.
still
That is
debating-
That is a very fun mic.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do it this week because it's my birthday, so I'm gonna be away, and I don't know because it's close to 4th of July.
Didn't you
Jew
didn't do it
birthday.
last week either, right?
Nope,
No,
that
I
doesn't
had a
work. That
wedding
doesn't
last
work.
week.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wedding.
Jew birthday. It's not a joke. It doesn't work.
No. All right. This has been the horribly
So we're gonna end on the Jew
person,
joke.
Dan Rice, and say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Ah!